12. Okay. Hello and welcome. brbenji here. Welcome to my room. Welcome to the stream. Um, Today I'm going to pretty quickly. I have work later on in the afternoon. Oh, I need to open these windows. I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what it is. I have. Uh-oh. Hold up. I need to uh, get across town. I'll talk about that later. Link in the description to skip to things that do happen in the stream, like loops and stuff. I'm going to be better about that, but I need to stop talking about that because it's all in the past. There's like this weird fluctuating thing. Anyways, welcome. We'll keep going with the POG2. I'm gonna set up here and we're gonna get going. I think everything is working. So welcome. Okay, here we go. Stop. last time, uh, last time I made a big deal about a pie that I was making, and I'm gonna try to. I took pictures. I'm gonna try to show it. It's a little bit sad of a pie, my opinion. Nothing is horribly wrong about the pie, but I'll show you. I'll show you in a sec. I I did. Did I not? I don't think I explained up front. So I'm gonna set up and I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of guitar pedals and guitar stuff, and I'm just gonna make music live through a loop station. Um, and it's just it's just there, just being made right off the top of my head, right off the top of my dome. And I am currently in the middle of messing around with a POG2 pedal. I suppose I need to show it nearly every time. A POG2 pedal, polyoctave generator. I am messing around with it because I'm renting it from a local rent place. Which is cool because I get to try out pretty much as many pedals as I want in a week. And we should have some kind of interesting host mode. We should have some kind of like discussion or talk about what pedals people want to see. People want to see me mess around with and do weird things with. This morning, well, gosh. Let's keep on the pie thing. I've got several things to talk about, but I'm gonna keep talking about the pie thing. So one really awesome thing that did come out of the pie dealio, it wasn't a great pie. I didn't make a fantastic pie. It was sweet, and it did have butter in it, so that automatically gives it a certain tastiness that is irrefutable. And so like that was definitely carrying it. I was careful, like I didn't burn it, and it definitely wasn't disgusting. It didn't quite have the volume that I wanted. The picture will show that. It's kind of like just flat. It's just like I cooked this flat filling thing, and it didn't grow or like blossom into some beautiful pie like I maybe expected. I did have some folks eat some, and they were very kind about it, very very generous with their opinions. They said it was fine or even good. I don't know how much they were telling the truth, but they were very nice. what I did last time? I didn't do it again. I had like music that I popped up. Oh yeah, so after I finished making this pie, I decided I wanted to know, I wanted to like dive into, it's like, why was this pie just flat and kind of uninteresting, and I thought like too sweet, and I've always thought pies, at least like, I mean like the majority of this pie is sweetener stuff. Let me pop on this camera. Boom. Okay. Majority of pies are just really sweet and just like their structure is like so much sugar, and I don't think that that's totally necessary. So I'd even reduced it by like 25%, and I still thought it was too sweet. But I didn't know the mechanics of baking, so I wasn't sure if I could get away with taking away more sugar. Because like, I know it one of the things I learned, like, in whenever you're making dough, so like the principles in making dough in like pie crusts or pizza pie crust or bread, those have very specific rules about what's happening with each ingredient. And so I was hesitant to, like, I wasn't sure about the whole pie thing. And I, through looking at it, through like researching more of the pie thing, I was really curious about the whole dough aspect, because I don't understand it. Like, I don't totally get it. And I knew that, but I started to do some research. I was like, okay, can I get rid of the sugar? Can I increase some of these other aspects? I think I can play a song here. Okay. Hold on. I don't think I want one that has my voice in it. Okay. This one's quite exciting, but yeah, I didn't know if I could reduce the sugar or what, so then I looked it up, and that's I guess that's my pie talk today. Hello. Why are we talking about pie? Shouldn't we talk about music? Because last stream I made a big deal about the fact that I was gonna make a pie, and people wanted to see it. Hankster, how are you doing? Are you interested in pie talk? We're gonna do it. There's no way around it. It's pie talk today. Gosh, what's wrong? Okay, so the overarching thing that I learned looking up, the function of sugar and flour and yeast and that kind of stuff. It's like those proportions really, really matter when it comes to making dough. Dough is floury thing, or it's just like, a doughy substance that's something that's gonna rise. Like, that's whenever that's going on, that's whenever portions of salt and like, flour and sugar really come into play. What's the Hankster? Oh well, I wasn't here last time, so make a music about pie. Yes, let's do it. So I learned like so those are like separate things. So it's like, if it's pie filling, which is that's basically what I was making. I had already bought a pie crust thing. If it's pie filling, then it doesn't matter as far as the chemistry and the specifics go. So pie filling is all about taste, like the taste of oil, sweetened oil and sugar, and I'm not exactly sure the function of like flour. I guess flour maybe gives it some body. I don't know. My next attempt at pie, I'm gonna do a few different things, and one of them is increase the flour amount. So I guess that's like the overarching thought. Pie filling, it's just about taste. So I know, like, one of the things that I did whenever I kind of learned that it was okay to like make these changes, I decided I already put some like cinnamon and then salt. So I really wanted salt. I put salt on it, and like that made the pie really good. Oh, that like really helped out with it. Hangster, I don't really eat pie or cake. It gives me a headache for some reason and makes me feel like I want to sleep. Hangster, I am also like very much against sugar. I think that's like, if you get tired after you eat sugar, it means that you've got low blood sugar after the fact. So I know I get like really tired and lazy whenever I eat sugar, so I've backed off. What happens is sugar in your body, in your blood, is what gives you. It's one of the options for energy. Sugar, glucose is one option. Ketones from fat is another option for energy. Which, ketones, like energy from fat is like, I'm a big proponent of it. But with the sugar, whenever you eat sugar, it raises the sugar level in your blood, and that gives you energy up front, but it's also kind of a dangerous environment for your body and your brain. So your body releases insulin to reduce the amount of blood sugar. So you go from a high blood sugar to a low blood sugar, because your insulin, it like just goes ahead and get rid of all of it. And whenever you're at a low blood sugar, then you're sluggish and you want to sleep and stuff. And I hate that yo-yo of eating, bread and pie and cake and, drinking a soda and then like being really tired with low sugar. So I mostly try to get energy from my fat. Fire trucks. Oh dang. Hi. Today I saw a street sweeper. Oh, thanks for the follow, man. Street sweeper drive by my house. Thanks for the host, Fire trucks. Oh, that's what it was. Thanks for the host. What did he look like? He was listening to his favorite music. You're welcome. Let's see. Back on pie talk. Let's keep it going. I'm talking about pie today. Oh, fire trucks. Did you want to see the picture of pie that I have? It's not. Let's see. I'm gonna need to make. I do have a lot of setup. I do it on stream because it'll take me hours by myself. Or what am I thinking? It'll take me. I don't know. I get demotivated if I don't do it on stream. Yes. Okay. Let me set up. Cut me a slice of a hat of that. Oh, nice. Welcome to Pie Talk. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. I'm gonna plug this sucker in. Go over here. And then let me click around. This is gonna take a second to click around and try to get some pie going. I'm gonna try to pull up all three of these images. Open with preview. Okay. Let's see how well this pops up. I've never done this. I need my keyboard. No, I don't totally need it. Just gonna click it, clickety. King Kardash, hello mate. How are you doing today? What kind of pie you made? I tried. Okay, this will be the first little viewing here. Let's capture, window capture. Yes, and it needs to be preview. Oh gosh, that looks gross. No, what was that? Okay, that's not attractive, but that's what we got. Okay, there's my pie. Hold on, let me show you what I was going for. Let's nix that. Okay, here we go. This is the recipe that I was following. It's called a chess pie. They use. I only had whole wheat flour, and it's kind of brown, which is actually one of the issues. I think, after doing a little bit of research, I didn't know this, but I think wheat, or just like flour goes bad. And I had no idea that flour went bad. Okay. Here's a look at the whole pie. This is silly. I'm glad we're doing this. Oh, cheesecake. Oh, cheesecake gives you the most sleepiness whenever I eat it. But I still can't tell if it's cheesecake or cheese pie. Man. Yeah. My bet's on the sugar, but cheesecake and pie, that's... I love cheese. That stuff is good stuff. Oh my goodness. I need like another screen. I am using macOS. Yeah, so there's the like I ended up having a nice little brown filling instead. And then here's a piece of the slice. Yeah, it's kind of like flat and sad, you know? Like, no, I can't like poke at it. But it was tasty because it had, I mean, it was, you know, sugar, so sugar's tasty. It's definitely not, it's not this guy. So this is called a chess pie, I think I said. And my goal, I want to make a delicious buttermilk pie. That's one of my goals. That's one that my grandmother used to make. Okay, that's set up. Let's barrel down to some music here. But I do need to keep talking pie. So with that, like that's got that, you know, flatness. I think the big problems were, one, yeah, my flour was not fresh. I've had that flour forever. I don't really enjoy baking, so it's not that I don't enjoy it. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a mess, and I've lived by myself so much and so long that if I make something, like, I gotta eat it all. So it just wasn't a good idea to like make a whole lot of sweet things to like be sitting there in my house. No, this needs to go over here. So I just had that thing of flour forever. So that was one thing that I think added a little taste. Like wheat flour kind of gives it a little more grittiness, and I don't think that that's necessarily where I was going, and I think the staleness of it. So I'll try different flour, maybe a little bit more to give it some thickness. Let's see, Hankster. Chef Ramsay always says if the pie ain't hard on the top, it's not a good pie. That's probably true. It was kind of like flaky on the top. I didn't get like a nice crust. I think that's also another goal. Oh, I do have enough candles, okay. Let's do this. I had somebody suggest maybe if I wanted to use less sugar in the actual pie, I could make my I'd have to do something with the inside of the pie to make it more interesting taste-wise. But I could make a glaze that's like sugar and butter basically, and that's it, and then like that just goes on top, and then that's the thing that would end up making a nice little glaze or crusty top. Good. It was a nice experience. Let me do a loop, and then I will let me do a loop, make music, and then the next little lull I'll talk about how what I learned about dough, I think. So that's probably my next endeavor. I'll talk about what I learned about dough later. Okay, guys, just calm down. I know you only want to hear pie talk. Just coming through. This one. Can I make an apple pie? I have no idea. Fire trucks. That was my first attempt at a pie. It was the most basic ingredients of sugar, butter, a little bit of flour, a little bit of cornmeal, and then an already pre-made pie crust. So I don't know. I'll have to see. That one was from Monday. Okay, that one was from before. Okay, let's do it. We'll make a beat with this. There's too much reverb. Okay. Eat. Oh, okay. I don't know if I'll give apple pie a shot though. I may. Just like thinking about fillings. Whoops, sorry. A pumpkin pie would be pretty nice. I know that one seems really simple too, if you do it, the whole like pie filling automatic kind of way. Oh, I messed it up. Thanksgiving? Yeah, it'd be great. Do I know that there's chicken pot pie? Yeah, man. I remember there was a point where I really liked chicken pot pie. A savory pie is a really good idea. I think I might be really into that. Let's see. Oh yeah, like I really like chicken pot pie. I haven't had one like since the one that made me really like it. And then like I kept on having them and they weren't as good as the one that I really liked. King Kardashian. Sorry, I don't have any. I don't do any covers. I just make vibey music live. I just make it up as I go. I do have guests that sometimes join me, and they have their own original songs, and they might be able to be persuaded to do covers, but I just don't do it. that's okay, bro. Oh, cool. Thank you for being understanding. Cut me a slice of that. Are you Ibrahimovic? Are you Jesus? No. Neither of those guys. Did anyone else see that doll behind him move? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Waddles does what he wants, man. Oi! Yes, what the? Moving doll. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to look back on the footage. Yeah, the mailman. Okay. I feel like maybe now's a great time. So I've got this going. Maybe I should explain a little bit of what's going on. I have the main loop. So my main process, I grab the microphone, I boost the signal a little bit with this overdrive, and then that goes into this POG, which I'm just renting right now and testing out. If you want me to like review or like just messing around with another pedal, please suggest one, because I think I'm about ready to try to grab another pedal and see what we can do with it. I'm just renting this one. So that's going into there, and I usually give it a little bit of low end with this octave generator. It adds like a whole octave lower. And then that goes into this little delay pedal, which I also have a wah down here. Into this little delay pedal, and it'll do little small loops. So I'll do a little small loop of a quick little beat that like, so that, and then that can loop really quick, and then I grab something else, and then I have the reverb in this. Right now, the little bit different thing is I have this main loop, which is just this, and at the same time I have this like intentionally non-rhythmic thing going on in here. It's kind of an Andrew Bird kind of thing. It's not the best one of that, but it's going. Anyways, that's a little rundown. But I need to talk about pi. Oh my goodness. So this is what I learned about pi. Here we are, 45 minutes in. Now we gotta get into it. I wrote down notes. So like, okay. Whenever I was learning to cook, like in the beginning, I'm gonna drop this. I knew that I didn't understand dough. So like, if I was to make my own pie crust, which I guess I'm getting closer to doing, I just didn't understand dough. It's like there's a lot of other stuff that I started to really kind of get, as far as like, you know, temperature, like what temperature does, and then seasoning, and like how to cook vegetables, how to cook meat, that kind of stuff. I was getting pretty good at that, but like anytime it came to a recipe that did dough, where it's like, you know, make your dough and then let it sit for hours and then bring it back out and then like do something with it and then let it sit for longer, I didn't understand what was going on, and I didn't, like, you know, just trying to stay away from pastries and breads and stuff. I didn't like have like a strong desire to learn that stuff. So I can put a little more music for you guys. so I just kind of like, I knew I didn't get it. I knew that there was something about it in the back of my brain that I just did not understand, and I just put it away for a later date. And then now I think I learned it. I think I figured it out a little bit, like at least the fundamentals of it. Okay, and here it is. Here you go. Everybody wants if you want to know the deal with dough, I think the deal with dough is that yeast, which is an actual germ, microorganism, it's a living thing. So the main reason you want yeast is because it like poops out gas. So it poops out CO2. It eats sugar, and then it poops out CO2. And with that gas, if it's in a substance that is stretchy enough to not break under the pressure of the gas, you'll get these nice big like air pockets and air bubbles, or small ones or really big ones. It depends on how much CO2 is being made, and those pockets of air is what gives it that kind of like catacomb structure and that like crunchiness or flakiness or what's going on. And like if you're dealing with yeast, so there's other options for adding CO2, but like the basic idea is you have a structure which is made out of flour, and flour is great because flour is what gives dough its stretchiness. So the whole thing with like yeast being an organism, it like clicked in my head like why you let it sit for a bit. You have the yeast, you give it some food in the form of sugar, you give it a house in the form of flour and water, which is gonna like be able to stretch and capture the air bubbles or the CO2 bubbles without breaking. So then it has this like kind of hollow thing going on. And then the yeast, while it's eating the sugar, it needs to have time to like grow, get bigger, and it needs to have time to reproduce and make more and more germs or more and more yeast to make more and more little bubbles. One of the caveats of the whole yeast thing is that salt will slow down its growth a little bit. It'll moderate it, which is nice because you want to have the salt worked in all the way through, because that'll spread out and even out the growth of the yeast. If you don't have any salt, then you can end up having one area or like just a few areas of a whole lot of CO2 and just get these huge bubbles that like just kind of break the structure. Anyways, let me make another loop. Let me try to, and then let me think about the gaps in that. So the cool thing is, the deal with it is that it's basically CO2 being trapped in a structure that can be stretchy enough to sustain it. The more flour you use, the stretchier it'll be. Also, the stronger the flour, like whole wheat flour and stuff, will be more stretchy. Will have more structure, and then it doesn't break. Let's see. I say this, and I realize kind of how dumb it is. But whatever. I got really excited about it. It's like, oh, I get it. Oh, I get dough. Oh man, I can try to explain it to somebody, and then I will. Let's do this. Let's see. Oh, but there's if you have the structure, like the thing that will grow, all you need is CO2 to make those little bubbles. And one of the other you can do it through yeast, which is like biological, but you have to give it time to let the yeast grow, eat its sugar, poop out the CO2, all that stuff. Like that's what's happening when it's rising. And another alternative is using baking soda. And this is another kind of aha So baking soda is just a ready-made powder that in the right circumstances will release CO2 rapidly. And the right circumstances is baking soda, an acid like lemon juice or vinegar or buttermilk is even an acid, or sour milk. Baking soda and acid together, and then as soon as you introduce water, it'll start bubbling and making CO2. That's the whole like science fair volcano phenomenon thing. So if you're going to make stuff with baking soda, you put in the baking soda and then it's going to rise really rapidly, so you got to mix it in really quick and then bake it immediately before it deflates and loses its energy. Okay. Check, check. Yeah. I also learned the difference between baking soda and baking powder. Did I use those interchangeably just a second ago? I think I did. There's a difference. The difference is pretty easy to understand whenever you you get the end result is CO2. Baking soda is the basic thing. If you have baking soda and then an acid together, and then you introduce water, then it's gonna make foam and bubble up CO2. Or you can skip a step. You can skip the acid step and have baking powder, which is baking soda and an acid already together in a dry mixture, and you just add water and then it bubbles up. So there you go. I don't really get the logistics of baking dough with baking soda, but it's an interesting thought. I also saw, this is the last thing I'll say about this. I can play some chords as I'm doing it. If CO2 is the only thing that you need, it makes a lot more sense now that some of these like smarter cooking shows have gone to using CO2 chargers or CO2 tanks. So like they're like the little like a liter or something, and it's got a faucet at the end. A lot of times you use it to mix drinks, and then you have like a little tank of CO2 and you screw it on top, and then you foam comes out or whatever. That CO2 is being introduced into whatever thing is on the inside of that canister. And if you fill that canister with dough that doesn't have yeast in it or baking soda, and you just attach the CO2, and then it's like you like discharge like 2 or 3 of those CO2 tanks in it. Now you got CO2 infused into the dough like you needed, and then like you pour it out through the little port, and then now you got a dough that's already risen, and you can pop it in the oven. I think that's how I want to do it. That's how I want to make dough. A little more subtle than I wanted. Yeah, let's get some organ in here. Hey, Gun, how's it going? Oi! Did you see me on YouTube? I don't think I did. Where are you at? You can drop a link if you want. Okay, Gun, over there. Oh wait, no, you mean like, were you talking to me on YouTube? Because I don't have YouTube chat up. It has the risk K-Gun Gaming in your YouTube chat. That's what you meant. I always like kind of leave it off. My computer is not a fantastic computer. So I try to have as few things open as possible. So no, I didn't. I've seen I'll occasionally go there and I'll see that people have said something over there, and then I feel bad that I didn't see it or catch it. I don't know, should I be over there, K-Gun? Is there some activity going on? I mean, I should be over there for you, of course. I said I learned that yeast rises through alcoholic fermentation in in honors biology the other day. Oh, really? Oh, snap. We're learning the same thing. I'm just doing it on the internet, I guess. No one was there but me, but now I'm here for some reason. YouTube notified me you were live. Ah, nice. But not Twitch. Okay. I have it set for Twitch to notify me when you go live. Weird. Okay. Well, shoot, K-Gun. I haven't, it's good to talk to you. I haven't seen your name in a while. Or I haven't seen you around. Let's see. So you're saying yeast arises through alcoholic fermentation in honors biology. I'd imagine there's lots of different types of fermentation. I guess I've heard of this as leavening, but it's probably fermentation, where it's a bacteria eats sugar and then it poops out something that we like to eat or we like to consume. Been busy with high school. Oh, snap. Big times, man. Today I was actually just out of high school running I was there yesterday there's some like choir thing. They're doing this really simple, easy choir thing, but nobody knows how to work the stuff. That I might talk about that later, but it's a little bit frustrating. But I've been going back and forth to high school. Honors biology. Okay. Oh, sweet. I get a straight lesson. There are only two main types of fermentation: alcoholic fermentation and lactic acid fermentation. Interesting. Cellular respiration. So it's like them breathing or pooping, or however you want to think about it. I also said you should start calling this Beats with Benji. That's not bad. Beats with Benji. I'll probably, next stream might be Beats with Benji. That's probably better than looping. Looping, I don't think it really captures the imagination. Like, I'm looping. Beats with Benji. I like that. So it's like, okay, if there's two main types, alcoholic fermentation and lactic acid fermentation, it doesn't matter what the byproduct is. Like, if the byproduct of the respiration is CO2 or the byproduct of the respiration is alcohol, it doesn't matter. Those are both the same. I don't imagine lactic acid fermentation. That's probably from the fermentation of like milk, so like sour milk and stuff, isn't that lactic acid? I guess I think of your muscles when I think of lactic acid, because if you use your muscles and you don't like breathe well and you don't get enough oxygen in, so if you use your muscles anaerobically, that's, I don't know, there's some honors biology. If you're not breathing as you're using your muscles to like have oxygen be used whenever they're used, lactic acid will build up. So if you're not if you're just not getting enough breaths, your muscles will still work and still do what it needs to do, but lactic acid ends up being a byproduct. But I don't know, would that be considered a fermentation then? So if you're like running and you're not breathing and you build up and you get like sore muscles with lactic acid, is that a fermentation? This is more questions, Kega. Yep. Okay, so it's right about the CO2 and alcohol. It's still an alcoholic fermentation. When muscles need energy for a short amount of time, they rely on lactic acid fermentation. Oh, snap! Oh my goodness. Okay. They rely on lactic acid fermentation. Huh. Is there a bacteria that aids the muscles in doing that as a backup? Or is that just muscles using lactic acid fermentation to get what they need to start, like, keep moving? That one's crazy. The more you know. See, I think all the stuff I learned in high school, it's like useful if you know it in the right ways or if you care about it. I think about my nephew. My nephew's about to start school. I don't know. He's about to start like kindergarten, or he's at least doing preschool and stuff. And I wonder, I spend most of my time like I'll have a question about how the world works, and I will go and either while I'm at work or my free time or whatever, I'll spend it trying to like learn about it and figure it out, or at least like form an opinion about it and like read all the different possibilities. This was. That's what my geometry teacher says. Oh man, I don't know where I was. They're talking about my nephew about to go to school, or about like high school being useful. That's probably true. That this stuff is like, it's useful. You just have to like care about it. Like, I know, like, yeah, biology. I wouldn't care about fermentation, but now I'm like interested in baking a pie. So now I'm curious. Like, I wouldn't care to know, like, so in pies, I think, so in the pie recipe, I tried to make a pie. Let me show that one more time. I tried to make this pie, and it ended up looking like, here, I think I still got it. Okay, I'll see when you come back. Okay, good. It ended up looking like this, which is like, it's not bad. It's kind of like flat and sad looking, and I want to beef it up a little bit more. And I think the different things I'm gonna try. Let's see. I'm gonna try adding egg whites. That recipe only called for egg yolks, which kind of has this gluing component. It's like gluing and a little bit of thickening. I may even try more eggs, but I don't know. That might turn into like something. I think in there was like raw eggs. I tried to put it back in the oven to like cook that inner layer that doesn't look totally cooked. Like that one. I tried to like, so I had that nice little crust, and then the bottom was basically the same thing that came out of the pan whenever I was mixing it together. So I don't know. I tried to put it in the pan, and it never really cooked that totally. I wonder if it should be done in stages. But yeah, I'm gonna try to add egg whites, because apparently egg whites add volume, so maybe that'll make it grow, and then more flour and cornmeal. Oh, somebody suggested cream cheese. That's going in there. I'm gonna melt some cream cheese. Yeah, then I'm gonna try a nice flour. We'll see how it goes. I'll got my experiments all in line. Let's see what time it is. We are just shy of an hour and a half of going from the beginning. It is nearly 3. Let me start another loop, and then let me talk about my dilemma about what time to end and what I'm doing this afternoon. So let me do another full-blown loop. And then we'll talk about what to expect Friday, I suppose. Man, this one's a little too exciting. I messed up somewhere. Weird. It's so intense. That's a D, not a C. Oh, that's right. Last time where I move this here. Put this here, and then now I have a delay that I can manipulate with this thing. Am I doing this right? This is the in, this is the out. Okay. I boofed it. Or reversed it. Go, go, go. Okay, great. Here we go. So that's the original sound. Oops. Well. A detune doesn't affect the lower octaves. It's like one of those really, really late night radio songs that you come across at like 2, 3 in the morning. Hey guys, back. Hello and welcome. Oh, I was going to talk about... This thing's crazy. So here's my dilemma. This is what I was saying. This morning, I went out to help with a high school for some sound stuff, like I was saying. And the main thing is tonight, so I have to go back up there. The deal is, it is always... I need more food. Okay, no worries. The deal is, it is always an ordeal to cross my city to that, like, to get to that place, to get to my work. So, the options are, we're here at an hour 45, which I think is a decent stopping point. The options are, I could keep going. Okay. So, traffic gets really bad around 4. So if I stop at 4, if I go a little bit longer, I'm basically resigning to sitting in my car behind everybody in the worst traffic for like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't like that. Commuting and driving is just like one of the worst contributors to bad days. So the other option is to just go early to cross to just go to that neighborhood early and hang out. I need to be there at like 5:45, which is just kind of, if I get there, I'd have to leave at like 5 at the latest to get there at 5:45. If I leave here like now, like 3:30, 3:45, I would have some of the traffic, but then I can go to a place to like eat. And that would give me like, that'd be like 2 hours I'd need to kill. So it's like, I could go to a coffee shop and read, which sounds nice. I know the one that I would go to. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, this is a great stopping point. This is where we're gonna finish it. I am going to pack up. I don't want you to have to wait in traffic. Yeah, traffic especially. It's the worst, man. I've heard from multiple sources that like your commute affects your happiness in it's like probably one of the largest effectors of happiness. So like if you moved closer to where you work and got a house like half the size that you do out in the boonies, then like you will be a happier person having less, a smaller house, less stuff if you're closer to work. And it's just like a scientifically proven thing. Okay. We have somebody. I can't quite see your name, Spicy. But welcome. I'm glad you're here. I am here at the tail end. Henry is Spicy. Hello and welcome. I have a guitar, but I don't know how to play. How long did it take you to learn? I have been playing for 11 years. I would say I was not even a decent guitar player until like 2 years into playing, and then I went to school for it, and it's taken some time. But you should pick it up, man. You'll never regret having learned guitar or music or instrument. Okay, K-Gun's out, even though I just got back. Okay, well, I mean, we can chat. I'm gonna tear down, so that's what I do on stream. I'll tear down on stream for myself. It's a selfish thing. But yeah, I'm here to chat and talk. Probably talk more about pie, or I have something else too. There's a really great Korean restaurant. I don't live close to it, but it's up there where I would be working. And I don't really like going to restaurants by myself. Now I feel bad for Henry. He just got here. He wasn't even here before. I know. Sorry, Henry. I'm about to split. I'm about to go to work. had to squeeze in a tight little stream. I usually stream like an hour from now, and then I go for a bit. Come back. Oh, here. Yeah, this is an excellent time to talk about this. Come back Friday. Come back Friday. Sometime afternoon. I don't know. It's in the afternoon. Friday in the afternoon. I usually start at 4, but we'll see. It gets a little bit different in this kind of case because Levi will be here Friday. So I locked that in. We've got a guest. It's a usual guest, but that'll be nice. K-Gun, do you have an opinion, if you're still here, do you have an opinion of a guitar pedal to try next? Oh, Henry Spicy, thanks for following, man. Hope to catch you next time. Hopefully, yeah, Friday. It's a lot of fun with Levi. He's got like actual songs and stuff. But I'm renting this POG2. That's where a lot of the crazier noises have come from. And the deal is I can go and exchange this pedal for different pedals as many times as I want, as long as I'm paying into the subscription thing. So if you have a pedal that you really want to see for an extended period of time and have me fiddle with it, yeah, suggest it and I'll go check it out. Okay, Henry is spicy. I'll see you Friday, man. I'm just packing up. I don't blame anybody for going during this spot. Oh, you don't play guitar, so okay. No worries. I've got an idea of some pedals that I want. Well, mainly stuff that has does crazy noises. Trippy beat, right? Are you ready for holidays? I feel like it's so close. It's like Halloween and then no time it's Thanksgiving. I'll hit up a coffee shop, hang out there, and then decide where I want to eat. It's probably going to be that Korean restaurant. It's funny, I haven't been working a whole lot this past couple months and really through the summer. So I've had to learn to get by on a lot less. It's weird because when I am working all the time and having to go across the city and stuff, I end up, eating at nicer restaurants as I'm waiting to go, or whenever I'm doing this very thing where it's I gotta maneuver myself around the city in the best way. So I go and eat at a restaurant that I really want to. So it feels funny that it's I haven't had money to really do that, so I've mostly been cooking at home and doing stuff and avoiding more expensive meals. But now that I'm working again, I'm going directly to those expensive meals again. I don't know if that's the best idea. I might be losing my benefit of working more. excited for it too. I don't have any Korean restaurants. Oh man, I didn't know that I wanted Korean restaurant. Like, I didn't know I wanted the Korean food so bad. But I went to, this was the first one that I went to, this one that I'm thinking about. And it was like, it just blew my mind how they brought in, first like steaming hot dishes. I gotta take out this pedal so no more music. Steaming hot dishes where it's like, it's almost still cooking, the meat on it. And they, side of rice that's hot. And then they bring in these little tiny bowls, just like little tiny bowl of like, marinated or fermented, like, cabbage and kimchi, like potatoes and some kind of marinated stuff, and like broccoli, and it's all cold. So whenever you grab one of the cold stuff and you put it in the hot stuff and you eat it, it's just like, oh man, so good. Such a novel idea. I just didn't even know that was a thing. What do you do for Halloween, Kagan? Blah, 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 blah. Oops. No worries. Check this out. Oh, that shouldn't be like that. This, I did it wrong. No worries. I don't know what I'm doing Halloween. Usually I go see my niece and nephew and hang out with them because they end up wearing these like cute, adorable costumes. And then me and my sister and brother-in-law and sister-in-law will play board games. That's usually our thing. So we'll just like geek out on some dumb board games. Or nerdy board games. They're not dumb. I really like those board games. I got this. Okay. I usually dress up in one of my cosplays. Oh snap! And go with my cousin. Like you'll do the full blown trick or treat stuff. Chill at a Halloween party. Dang. You guys are a lot. I remember in high school, there was Halloween, and I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't really go to parties or anything. And it was just me and my dad on Halloween. Like, this is just like in contrast to you guys being cool and going places. We were at the house and my mom wasn't there, so she didn't like, there was nobody forcing us to hand out candy. So we ended up turning off all of the lights, like front, and turning off all the lights at the front, and then we like purposely stayed in the back, like in the back room, and watched like a movie to avoid any trick-or-treaters. It's like kind of sad but funny. No, I need this cable. Right now I only have a Deathstroke cosplay. Oh yeah, I do want to know this. A Slender Man cosplay. Not familiar with Deathstroke. And then I think I'm also going to throw a party. Oh my goodness. Maybe. such a troll. I know. I know, we're awful. Just didn't want to be bothered. Freshman, so it won't be anything crazy. Okay, well that's fine. It never needs to get crazy, Henry. Some of the crazier stuff gets less fun. But get-togethers are nice. Some hangs. Me too. I am excited about pumpkin desserts, pumpkin pies, and all that, as we talked about. And let's see. Oh, an eggnog. When eggnog comes out, so I'm all about that, man. It's so good. I wonder if I can cook something with it. It's got to be like an eggnog pie or something, right? Maybe I should try making my own eggnog this year. I was wondering who, what company or what brand I was gonna trust with my eggnog needs this year. I just don't know. I live in a really hippie city, so I'm sure there's good resources, but I've thought about that. Eggnog is bomb. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay. I will be waiting for eggnog. I'm finished, so I'm gonna try to beat traffic to a cool coffee shop and maybe drink some coffee to keep me going, and that should be it. I don't know Deathstroke. No, sorry, okay, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. Is it like Marvel or DC or something else? Okay, all right, next time. Rock on. Okay. Peace out. Okay. See you guys all Friday here with Levi. Sometime in the afternoon. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you. I'm gonna try to do this again. Okay. There was that. Okay. There's some theme music, I guess. Okay. Bye.